welcome into our yoga practice today, continuing our series of 30 days of yoga. Today is going to be a backbending flow. Just to start out, we're going to start with a modified backbend on our spine. So go ahead and roll to a comfortable position on your back. Bring awareness to your spine, just notice how it's feeling today. And then go ahead and set the palms down on your yoga mat. Plant your feet firmly, hip-width distance apart. And then inhale, lift the hips, come into your bridge lift. Notice how this feels. If you don't need your palms for support, to create a bigger back bend with that heart lifting to the sky, you can lift your arms to the ceiling, or you can sloppily reach them overhead. I like to bend my elbows, so it's kind of like this diamond shape, open heart pose. Breathe, inhale, lift the heart high to the sky. And then exhale, set the tailbone down. Come into a nice tight ball, thinking about kissing your nose or your forehead to your knees. Good. Inhale, come back into that bridge position. Let's add on to this pose. So lift the hips, come into your bridge lift, and then you're going to slide the palms together, coming into a bind. So clasp the hands. From here, it might feel like a little far away, so you're almost going to tuck the shoulder blades towards your spine, kind of shift from left to right to find your modified wheel pose. Inhale, it's going to feel like a much bigger heart opener as you inhale and lift the heart to the sky. Keep the chin away from the chest. Ground down on the soles of your feet and your triceps. Good. Exhale to release the hands and the tailbone down. Let's come into that tight ball. Hug the knees into your chest. And then let's come up into our seated position to our tabletop pose. Starting with just our traditional heart opener, let's find cow pose. Point the tailbone and crown the head to the sky. Exhale to cat. Good. 3 more rounds of breath. Find a neutral position. Curl the toes under and slide the knees behind the hips. Walk your hands or slide your hands forward. Since it's still kind of a warm-up pose, you can keep your arms pretty bent and then hug your chest towards the earth. Just like in your cow, tailbone and crown of the head are reaching for the sky. Good. Inhale to exhale. Lift up from your puppy pose and meet me in downward facing dog. Good. Let's take a couple steps to find our forward fold. And a nice rounded spine. Start to dip the tailbone towards the earth, allowing that to lift your spine to an upward salute. In our upward salute, we're going to clasp the hands together, squeeze the biceps, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift your gaze up and over. Now, if you're pretty flexible, you tend to maybe shoot the hips forward. Try to keep them still and just find a back bend in your upper spine, just so we protect our lower back. Good. Inhale to exhale, swan dive to a forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Good. Coming into our sun salutation C. So let's plant the hands, slide or step the right toes back, find a low crescent lunge. Inhale, reach for the sky. We're going to add on to the sun salutation just since we're doing back bends. So drive the elbows down, exhale. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chin. And exhale, frame that left foot. You're just going to slide or step that knee into a plank, any form. Exhale to lower, inhale to cobra. So cobra is nice because your hips won't move forward. So this is all in your upper spine flexibility. If you're pressing into it with your hands, then just lift the hands away from the earth. Press the tops of the feet down. Good. Exhale, meet me in downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog. Lift that right foot off the ground. Sweep it forward. Set your back knee on the earth. Inhale, find our low crescent lunge, other side. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, drive the elbows down. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Beautiful. This time when we come out of the pose, we're going to step into our half lift. So frame that right foot, pick up the back knee. You can almost bend that knee so you can find energy or momentum to press into a half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, roll up to your upward salute. Again, maybe you're feeling a little bit more warm now that you can squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit more, lift the heart, squeeze the inner thighs together. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, release the hands, swan dive, forward fold. Other side, inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands, so bend the knees so that you can reach to the earth. This time, let's step the left toes back, find our low crescent lunge. This time, we're going to switch up our variation in our low crescent lunge. You're going to inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, twist the shoulders. Left arm reaches forward, right arm back. Good. Hips stay square. If the hands in space feels a little unstable, you can bring your hands to your body. Good. Inhale to exhale. Look over your right shoulder. Good. Then we're going to add a back bend here. So if your hands are on your body, maybe just reach that left hand forward again. Gaze is to the right. You're going to inhale, dip back, reach that left arm to the sky. If both arms are extended, you're just reaching in space. Or I personally like to bring that hand to the outer edge of my left leg. Good. Inhale to exhale. Bring that left palm down to the mat in front, or kind of off to the side, but it's in front of your right toes. And then reach that right arm up and over your ear. Good. Square the body towards your yoga mat. Frame that right foot. Step or slide that knee back into your modified plank. Let's lower down. Inhale to a cobra, or maybe you lift into an upward facing dog. Good. Come back to your down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg, three-legged dog. Sweep it forward, low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale to twist. Right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back. If that feels unstable, bring your hands to your body. Second exhale, bring your chin over to your left shoulder. Then adding an optional back bend. So reach that right arm forward. If the gaze is too much, bring it back to the left. Dip back. Inhale, open up the heart. Exhale, cartwheel your palm down to the earth. It kind of comes in front of the left toes. Left arm reaches up and over your ear. Good, then we're going to step back to our half lift. So square the chest to the earth, plant the hands, pick up your back knee. You can bend it to kind of find momentum. Step into your half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, let's find that standing back bend one more time. Exhale, swan dive. Beautiful. Plant the hands, come into your tabletop pose. Now that we're nice and warm, we're going to find puppy pose again. So curl the toes under, walk the knees behind the hips, slide the palms forward. Maybe your arms can stay a little bit lengthened. But gaze is as far forward as you'd like. So if your gaze is kind of down on the mat, bring it up in between your elbows. Steady breath, opening up your heart towards your yoga mat. Good. Uncurl the toes, scoot back into your child's pose, collapse your chest on your legs, and now you can rest your head on your yoga mat. If you're tired of extending the arms, set your forehead on your back hands. Inhale, come up into a hero pose. And then just lift the hips from the heels. Let's come into our standing kneeling position. We're going to be coming into a camel pose, 2 variations. A lot of times we'll curl the toes under so we can reach for our heels. Sometimes that puts a lot of pressure on the kneecaps. So you can just fold up your mat if you maybe are not on any carpet, or you can also add a blanket in. Since we are from home though, we're going to do this without any props. If you did have blocks though, they'd be in between your heels just so that you can reach your hands back. All right, starting with our camel pose variation, roll the shoulders back and you're going to clasp the hands together. Inhale, open up the heart, lift the chin. And you're going to find space to press the tops of the feet down, lean back, and maybe pull your clasped hands back. Good. Inhale to exhale, bring your chin back to level with the earth. Good. Neutral at your spine. We're going to bow forward, find our bowing yoga mudra. So collapse your chest into your thighs, set your forehead on the earth. Pull your bounded hands to the top of your mat. Inhale here. Exhale to release. Set your hips down. Come into a child's pose. Collapse the forearms on the earth. Inhale, come back into that hero pose and lift the hips into your standing position. Now, I typically like blocks to reach my hands. Since I don't have those here, I will curl my toes under, but that mat is folded just to protect my kneecaps. When we catch hold, our thumbs are going to be reaching to the outer edges of our mat. So start in that neutral spine, roll the shoulders back, lift the head and gaze. And to kind of find momentum in this pose, you're going to sweep your arms up and over. So I like to sweep my most dominant hand up and over and then catch hold of my heel and ankle. And then reach the other arm up and over. Keep holding that back bend and catch hold. If you feel this in your lower spine, you can either lift the chin, lift the heart, or just do a single arm camel pose. Good. Unwind the same way you came in. If you just did one arm in your camel pose, let's now sweep that less dominant hand up and over. And who knows, maybe the less dominant hand first makes it easier to come into that full camel pose. Lift the chin, lift the heart. Maybe bring your gaze to the back of your mat. Inhale to exhale, release. Uncurl the toes if they've been curled under. Gently sit the hips back. Find hero pose. find a neutral spine just so we don't move forward and back and hurt our lower back. And then just very gently at your own pace, you can start to slowly round the spine, find your child's pose. Take this moment in your child's pose to thank your heart for being open today, open in your flow. You're welcome to stay in child's pose, or to end our practice, come into a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to heart center. And then take your bow forward as respect to your practice. Namaste.